Cupideros Feminist Chronicles 1 is part of the Feminist Chronicles series. The story is Having a Baby 101, Political Fiction Flash Stories. Copyright by Cupideros, Wednesday, December 23rd, 2015. 1,392 words. Description. Tessie, Pinkie, Zange stumbles upon two male colleagues arguing that feminist women are dumb and stupid. She decides to jump in, defending the man who asserted women are not dumb and stupid, only things do not turn out as she expects. Just off college campus, on the street, people are around. Tessie Pinkie Zange was doing something for feminism. Today she wore black yoga pants and a pink top, having donated all her dresses to the Goodwill last week. She recently decided to drop the T in trans members from her radical feminist activities to keep consistent with her theory for improving feminist discussions, and at the same time to clear her mind about her goals in her graduate women's studies program. Women are dumb, I'm telling you, Cliff. If you ask them to sabotage themselves, they'll do it. Not just once, but every time. 10 times in a row. Leo wore an orange shirt and blue jeans. You're crazy, Leo Flannel. The buff straight man, Cliff, in his yellow shirt and red shoes, commented and pointed an accusing finger at his equally straight male friend. That's why tons of women are faking like they're lesbians. To stop trolls like you from asking them out. The two men came closer and closer to Tess, who strolled directly toward them, for her car was parked 20 feet away behind them. What? Sit back and wait for ages for you, Cliff, to wheedle your way into their friend zone? I never get friend zoned. Cliff had a load of books, as did Tessie. Leo had a small book on political science. He looked good, but Cliff looked downright gorgeous. Tessie smiled. Now here before her a man approached, worthy of dating, possibly even more. I don't want to hear any more about it, Leo. You're an ass. I'll prove my point. He turned away from Leo to Tessie, as they now walked within 5 feet of one another. Tessie walked on the right side, closer to Cliff. Hey, broad, Leo called out. Don't call her a broad. She's a woman. I'm not a broad. Tessie decided to stand up for herself. I'm tired of your shit, Cliff, Leo said. Get friend zoned again. I'm going to watch the football game. Cliff stopped immediately. He snarled at his college friend. Good riddance, jerk. He turned to Tessie. I apologize. I'm sorry you had to hear that. I was afraid he'd embarrass me again. It's the second time he's done that this week. I'm glad you support women. Are you a feminist? Because we could use a few good men. No, I just don't think women are dumb. We both grew up without any sisters. We had only brothers. What's his problem? He thinks a woman is a concept, an idea, all that trans nonsense. Women grow up female. He can't understand it. It's a lie, men saying they feel like a woman. I understand some of what they think. Men can do some things women can. Like what? Have a baby. The disbelief shocked Tessie. Have a baby, she chortled so hard her college books almost fell. You don't think I can have a baby? Not one of your mine. It's an involved process. How much you want to bet I can have a baby, Cliff said. You're kidding. Don't be ridiculous. Bet, he said angrily. Bet you can have a baby? I'd win without thinking about it. Okay. Whoever can have a baby first has to buy the other person lunch and cannot change the topic of conversation for a year. That's so freaking easy. I have to go. I don't want to take your money, Cliff. Or lose your hard-earned money, graduate student. How do you know I'm a graduate student? Your gender studies books. Man and his place in society. Women and man's environmental science. You sound like a decent guy. I can't take your cash. Scaredy cat, lay down woman, roll over feminist. I rejected all that nonsense advice from psychology experts that women should lay down and let themselves get raped or assaulted. That survival at all costs is the safest option BS. And I can have a baby before you. Simple biology. I have a cunt, uterus, and breast to feed it. Tall, Gorgeous history graduate student Monica Poindexter, Tessie's best friend, sauntered up from the political science building behind her. "How's your day, Tess?" "Annoying. This guy says he can have a baby before me." Monica shook her head. "I'm tired of this trans nonsense with a capital T. Bullshit in your head doesn't make you a woman," she barked at handsome Cliff. "You can say you're a unicorn next week. I won't believe it, even if you strap a pointed candy cane to your head. Stop wasting your time, Tessie." "I have to finish Sung Tu's Art of War before the end of the week," Monica said, stumping off. "Your friend's a scaredy cat, too." "I'll do it just to show you, Cliff. Neither she nor I is afraid." "Yeah," said Cliff, stoking his anger and need to prove Tessie wrong. "Heck yeah," said Tessie, totally fuming at the idiocy of his proposition. "I'm warning you, I come from a fertile family and I can get pregnant like that." And Tessie snapped her finger and pushed her long brunette hair back behind her back. "Where shall we meet in 9 months?" "Right here," Cliff huffed, his blue eyes fiery and intense. "You got it," countered Tessie. Her blue eyes rumbled as excitement filled her being. "I'm always walking by this way, every 3 days." The two unlikely contestants vigorously shook hands, each convinced of their position. Tessie got in her car and finally relaxed. "What the fuck? I can't let him beat me. I'll have to get pregnant. I'm getting old anyway. I've been in college like a decade forever trying to get this PhD." Tessie drove home and talked it over with her ex-boyfriend. He was delighted that she returned to him and finally wanted to have their child. 3 days later, Tessie didn't feel too good. In fact, she planned to buy a pregnancy kit. If pregnant, she would beat Cliff from having a girlfriend to deliver a baby in 9 months. It'll take Cliff's girlfriend at least a month deciding to interrupt her life, potentially to take care of a child for 18 years. Men were so damn irresponsible. Tessie's feet walked lighter over the Dover white sidewalk as she neared the political science building going home, when Cliff rushed up to her carrying something in his arms and said, "I have a baby." "Oh, that's cute." "I won the bet. I have a baby." "It's not your baby." "It is so." "You can't have a baby." He held it out for Tessie to see. "Cute little baby boy." "Yours? You already had a child?" "I did not, but I must say 3 days isn't bad for speed in gaining one. You feminists think you're so damn smart." "Wait a second, Cliff." Tessie cleared her throat. "That's not what I meant. I meant have a real baby. I went and got pregnant. I have to struggle to juggle finishing my PhD. Not my problem. I have my baby. I don't care that much about lunch, Tessie, but the conversations," he said in a sly tone. He laughed too. He leaned back, bragging, "Those conversations I look absolutely forward to having with you." "But you won't have the baby for 18 years like me." "I'm sorry you didn't clarify the terms of our agreement." He held the baby boy up, placed it on his shoulders, and burped it. "That's a good little man." Tessie stood there, aghast and shocked, her cupid bow lips open and subtly enticing to Cliff. "You have a sexy mouth. I bet we're going to have fun talking about porn and how much women love to suck cock, how men created everything in history worth creating." He swayed back and forth, holding the baby as he stood there in front of the political science building. "I'm a politics graduate. I've studied history. Women just don't have a good grasp on the competitive nature of inspiring change." "You lied, you sneaky bastard." "Could be, but under the terms we established, Tessie, you agreed too." "I'll expect you to be here tomorrow about the same time for lunch and some good old-fashioned man-to-woman communication." Cliff ambled off, talking to the baby boy. "We taught that hoe a lesson in politics, didn't we, boy? Didn't we?" The baby boy gurgled. The end.